Solo Sikoa walked into the ring on Raw and offered Seth Rollins something nobody expected: protection. The exact same kind of numbers game backup Rollins once provided Reigns as a member of the original Shield, flipped completely on its head. Welcome back to Wrestling Canva. Let's break down exactly what Sikoa offered, why it echoes Shield history so directly, and why this theory keeps gaining steam heading into SummerSlam. Sikoa called Rollins to the ring and got straight to the point. He told him SummerSlam isn't shaping up to be a fair fight. It's Rollins against the entire bloodline machine, with Reigns making sure he never gets a clean shot. Then he made his pitch directly. It doesn't have to be that way, and he could watch Rollins' back when the moment comes. Sikoa didn't stop at a vague promise. He specifically referenced WrestleMania 40, reminding Rollins that Rollins himself once sacrificed his body to help Cody Rhodes overcome Reigns and the bloodline. His argument was simple. Now it's time for somebody to return that favor to him. That's not a random pitch. That's Sikoa consciously invoking Shield-style loyalty and sacrifice, and Rollins openly admitted he was making good points. Rollins never turned him down. He said he needed time to consider it. In wrestling storytelling, that's rarely a real no. It's the kind of answer that keeps a thread alive for a bigger payoff closer to the actual event. If you want every update on this alliance as it develops, tap subscribe. I'm tracking it closely. Think about the parallel here. The original Shield existed because Reigns, Rollins, and Ambrose banded together against overwhelming odds, refusing to let any one of them get outnumbered. Now Reigns is the one relying on numbers, through his connection to the bloodline, and Rollins is the one potentially needing outside help to level the field. If Sikoa steps in, it's essentially Shield-style loyalty rebuilt, just with completely different alliances than anyone would have predicted years ago. Before Sikoa could press any further, Jacob Fatu stormed the ring to confront his own family member for even approaching Rollins. Sikoa backed off, but that gave Rollins the opening to blast Fatu with a superkick and clear him out himself. That's the exact kind of numbers game scenario Sikoa had just warned Rollins about, playing out in real time within minutes of the offer being made. It's worth being fair here. Rollins made it clear he has no interest in standing beside Reigns again, but he also wasn't rushing to trust someone whose loyalties have shifted as often as Sikoa's have this year. Multiple people have already turned Sikoa down for exactly that reason. Rollins might be smart enough to see the same red flags everyone else has spotted. If Rollins does accept this help, even quietly, that completely reshapes the numbers dynamic heading into Minneapolis. Instead of Reigns leaning on the bloodline's overwhelming numbers advantage the way he always has, he'd be walking into a fight where his own cousin might be working against him from the inside. That's the kind of twist that could undercut the bloodline's biggest strength right when it matters most. Rollins never said yes. He never said no either. And with SummerSlam closing in, that silence might end up being the loudest thing happening in this entire rivalry. Do you think Rollins accepts Sikoa's help and effectively builds his own version of the Shield? Or does he go it alone against the bloodline? Tell me your prediction in the comments. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one.